All right, then, cool. All right, welcome to TTR FM. It's your boy, Meech Black, and with me today is RJ. You know when you with us, you know we talking about AEW. And boy, did we have a crazy weekend. Eh, we could call it a weekend because you have Friday and Saturday, but we definitely had a crazy weekend. I get them confused, all out.
All out, yes, all out.
Yep, all out was cold. I'm not even gonna lie to you, all out was cold. We had a lot of good matches, bro. Like we had a couple snooze fests, but we had a lot. But we had a lot of good matches, though.
Yeah, a lot of good matches. A lot of attempted murder on my wrestling show that I wasn't ready for. I mean, I was a little ready for some attempted murder. We got a lot of attempted murder on this show, and honestly, I'm here for it.
It was absolutely ridiculous. I won't give out too much before we get into it, but man, there's a lot of things I was using as weapons that I wasn't planning on seeing. Let me get my words together. Wasn't planning on seeing on TV. But boy, we saw some shit.
We did.
But what's the first match you want to go through today, sir?
Let's try to get the couple of these out of the way. Like, let's get MJF and Daniel Garcia out of here. You know, it wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't truly.
That was a snooze fest to me.
Yeah. I mean, you've gone on record saying you weren't a big fan of it. I thought it was okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna defend the match. I think it was a better version of what we've been given before, where I actually do think these guys were trying to hurt each other. They did look like it. It just wasn't really there for me. This was also just a normal singles match, so they had to still adhere to the rules and stuff. So it's like not there fully for me. I think it was a out of 10 for intensity. It was out of 10, and then the match was kind of delivered was around a 6. So it's like it could have been better, but it also could have been really worse. This wasn't the worst match for me, but I probably am not running back to rewatch MJF versus Daniel Garcia anytime soon.
Never. I think this show was a snooze fest. Like, for people that wanted to kill each other, I ain't seen nothing. Like, I didn't get no intensity. All we got was a regular singles match, and the man that wanted to give the most intensity was the one that was bleeding the most. How does that make sense? Way?
Yeah,
it makes no sense at all.
That and then, a lot of pile drivers, which was like, that's a very dangerous move.
I was just about to get to that.
Yeah,
the pile drive, we did it twice off the second turnbuckle. Whoop-de-fucking-do, bro. Like, you got beat up. And again, I don't even know what the beef was about. Like, I feel like it just makes absolutely no sense that we're at this point at All Out, and they're out there. The beef was, as everyone else is on the card for who they're beefing with, we got some substance, except for what other match. Here, Alpha, there's no substance.
Yeah,
bro just got beat up by MJF, and that was it. Like, I don't see the problem why we're here, and you're taking up a match spot for your beef. I don't see it.
Yeah. I don't know. I also saw some reports that MJF is apparently going to take some time off from TV for a while. So this was kind of a way to write him off. I feel like if you were going to do that, then you could have just given Garcia the win then. Unless, like...
Bro, was it... Correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't bro just off of TV like for 6 months now? Or a year or something?
But that was injury. But apparently he's taking off time for something else. I don't know. That's just what I seen. I'm not sure, but... Especially if you're going to do the multiple pile drivers after the match was over and then have him celebrate in the crowd, I don't see why Garcia got rolled up for this. That's the only reason why I'm skeptical that MJF is taking off time, because I feel like they would have just given Garcia the win. It was just kind of a lot of people like this match. I saw the people's reactions were pretty positive about it, and I'm not saying my feelings are adherently negative on it, but I'm just like, I could take it or leave it. So I hope. There's also rumors
of him going to me.
I kind of agree. Just because it doesn't match the intensity for me. But, I mean, if Garcia's going to NXT, maybe that's why. But I don't see why they'd give him a big hero celebration if that was the case. Because I know that's still up in the air.
Wait. Flag on the play. What? Garcia's going to NXT.
Maybe. His contract is up and he hasn't renewed. And it's a rumor. Because I know WWE was
he didn't renew?
I don't.
The streets are saying he renewed.
Oh, did they say he renewed? Oh, well, maybe he did renew. Maybe I missed it. I don't know. I saw people an hour ago still talking about it, so that's why I assumed he just didn't renew. I don't know,
bro. I swear to Bob, like I literally see like last week that last week is a lie. That's a lie. I'm gonna say a few weeks ago that really? DG literally just resigned. That's what the streets are saying, but I didn't see an official join. But you know how the streets be. Yeah. But if he's not signed, I don't know. I don't know.
It still was a weaker one for me. I think to go into another weak match, kind of to like push through them at least, it'd be the Young Bucks versus Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta for the tag titles. My biggest
How you say that man's name?
Wheeler Yuta or Claudio Castagnoli?
No. Oh, Claudio Castagnoli?
Castagnoli, yes.
Okay, Castagnoli. Okay. I need to learn how to pronounce these names properly.
All of them, because you have a problem with names. Yeah. This wasn't bad. I think we talked about it earlier. The tag team divisions just aren't being pushed as much as they probably should be. We kind of see a lot of freaking teams, and the Young Bucks are defending the titles. You've got really good tag teams on your roster. You've got Private Party. You've got Top Flight. People like this. What is the other one? The Infantry? I think that's one in ROH. I think they went back to ROH, where you can put them up against the Young Bucks, and it's when it's obvious that the Young Bucks are going to win, it's fine.
Yeah.
But you give your tag division a little more shine, so that way the next time you see them, you're going to be like, okay, well, maybe it's Private Party's time, or maybe it's Top Flight's time. I think they just need to stop being so hot and cold as a tag division, because for some reason this story feels like it's being slowed down. This and the Continental title just feel like they're both being like very slowly told, and I don't know for what reason they're doing that.
You see, this match, it was boring. I'm gonna have to start my rant again, like earlier, bro. I'm sorry, I got to.
No, that's right.
But I don't get what we're doing with these tag titles, bro. We got so many good teams in the AEW. Big T, bro. Like, I'm gonna have to preach to you again. Please talk to us. We will get you set up with the craziest storyline. Give me 2 weeks to write a year-long storyline. I promise you. I promise you, the whole tag division will love me. Because we have the Young Bucks winning. And you said it earlier that there's a possibility that we're waiting for a faction to mess with the EVPs and whatnot. Even though I hate the EVPs and what the fuck they're doing now, like, if you're waiting for a faction to build, cool. Have them defend it and lose it a couple times. Have the tag titles actually mean something and not just a placeholder on my man's wasted shoulders.
Yeah. I would like to see
is it like it's
more tag teams get involved in
this scene. Bro, we got the talent. We got, like I said, we got Learning True, we got Big Bill and the Bull, Brian Keith. You got Top Flight, you got fucking Private Party, another one, Big T, listen to me. You got Ricochet and Hologram. That's a team. that is filling in seats.
That's a team.
And that is filling in seats, and I'm telling you, that's the team that's gonna make people want to watch more. Why? Because IWC, the flippy shit. Yeah, we all love the flippy shit. And like, I don't understand why we're not utilizing them, but we're giving the Young Bucks so much time with these titles, it's becoming meaningless. It's like another 24/7 title that the WWE has sorry.
Don't you dare compare my tag titles to that 24/7 belt. That thing was terrible. That, first of all, it was ugly. And second off, it meant nothing.
Listen, I think the AEW tag titles is ugly too. However, that's where they're at right now. Because, like, bro, the Young Bucks is literally holding the tag titles hostage and not promoting nothing or promoting anyone to newer heights.
Yeah. I want,
like, it's so dumb,
pushed a little further. And I think the first step is just showing the tag teams exist. Because they'll show them off on Rampage, Collision, or whatever. But they don't show them off to be tag title contenders, which is a weird thing to do. Like, it's not delaying their push as much as it is just like not providing one. It's like, you're gonna go out there, but you're just gonna do some stuff and then come back in. I'd rather them go out there and even after their match just threaten the Young Bucks like, hey, we want our title shot eventually. That's all you gotta really do.
Stir the pot.
Like,
let us know that the tag. Oh my god,
the tag division, like, it's almost like they don't care about the tag titles because the Young Bucks have them, which is weird.
Bro, it's so dumb because now the tag titles is literally in a stand. We're in a standstill, and again, like I said for WWE, the bloodline wormhole. That's what we got the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks wormhole. Like you're in it, and like you're just fucked. You're getting swallowed because there's nothing you can do about it. Oh,
I don't know. I'm waiting.
And then the two people that faced the Young Bucks made no sense.
Yeah, that's my biggest problem with this match is that they already have the trios titles, and they're going for the tag titles at the same time.
Yeah,
I get they wanted them on the show. So,
are they going to be another Bang Bang Gang again?
Oh God, dude, I hope not, because we finally just got the trios titles like back on track after all that.
Oh my God,
I think what they're gonna do with that direction has to do with what happens later. But yeah, I didn't like this match. I didn't like this match for the opponents more than the actual quality of the match. Because, like, I never believed that these two were going to beat them for the tag titles. But then if you were going to make it that way, then show me a different tag team that could compete for the tag titles.
Listen, I was being hopeful and hoping that they win, but you see where that went.
Nah, I don't
hoping that the Young Bucks will lose just to throw us the fuck off, but no.
It was not going that way. Let's do Pac and Will Ospreay for the international title. This we said it earlier. I like this. I didn't love this. Yeah. It was a fun. Nope. It was not a borderline. It's a low caliber Will Ospreay match, but a low caliber Will Ospreay match is still a pay-per-view level match, which is like, oh shit, this is really good. So I don't have not a lot of notes, but it's like, if I had to grade, it's like a B+, no notes really, where it's like, not that you didn't understand it, understand what you were doing. You knew exactly what you were doing, and you did that really well. It just didn't grit me as hard as the other matches Will Ospreay's had this year. And he's had banger after banger after banger. So it's like, you still have a banger here, but maybe it's just a little less than what I liked in the last one or the last two. So I mean, that ceiling with you,
bro. I'm not gonna count. Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you, bro. I don't hate it. I told you, like, I'm not mad at it. But I'm not like, oh my God, this is the match of the year type. Like, it was okay. You had one spot. Pac did the German suplex to Will on the apron, on the side apron, and that was it. You know, it was just normal. Internet, please don't be mad at me because like I'm not glazing the hell out of Will and Pac's match and whatever, and this is the dream match that you wanted forever, but there's really nothing that was like spectacular.
Oh no, Will Ospreay didn't have a match of the year contender. He just had a 4-star match. Oh God, like that's how it is. Where it's like, he had a 4-star instead of a 5-star. Well, how will I get past it? Like it seems negative, but it's not. Where it's like, he didn't have the best Will Ospreay match because he's already had 7 of the best Will Ospreay matches. So, I mean,
we got
could be worse.
This is Pac. I'll say, in worst case scenario, this is Pac's best match he had in a while. One of his best matches.
Damn, I wanted to argue, and I don't know. I can't think of any. I can't think of a different one. He's been out for so long and stuff, so it's like, yeah.
I can't think of no match. This could be the best match he had in right now.
His Okada match.
There's no shade against him though. There's no shade against him
because his Okada match is pretty good, but that was at the beginning of the year, so it's been a while. So I mean, Pac's due for just a really good match.
Exactly.
I think that's what we got. I'd keep it at that. You know, it's not the best, but it's still really good.
For people that knew about them like way back when, and they wrestled the first time, this would be the perfect match for them. This is like, oh my God, I was there 6, 10, 20 years ago when they faced the first time, and now we're repeating and seeing it again. Maybe this match blew y'all away, but to me, it was okay.
Yeah, I thought I like I said, I liked it. I didn't love it.
Yeah.
For the Continental Classic Championship, we had Okada facing off against Konosuke Takeshita and Orange Cassidy, and the ROH World Champion, the GOAT, Mark Briscoe. I'm going to let you start. Since you don't like Mark Briscoe, tell the internet why.
Listen, I'm going to tell you, hold on. I told you before we started recording, bro, that I didn't know I was going to be able to get back in the character, but boy, I'm about to start my nonsense. Because Mark Briscoe is overrated. Like, I would just go around the whole four of them. Mark Briscoe's overrated. I just don't get what the love is. Bro gets hyped when there's a chair in the ring and someone his age. I clap it out for you, bro. You can run, jump over a chair, and flip. I can do that.
Wow.
I can teach anyone to do that. I don't get what the issue is that you need to be wrestling at this age, bro. You're not winning the championship. Then you got a team named the you told me how to say it earlier. The shit's not new word, and I still can't say it. Conglomeration. It has an L in it. It's not even a goddamn word. Say it for you, RJ.
Conglomeration.
You see how dumb that shit sounds? And this is who y'all are cheering for. Like it just makes absolutely no sense. And then he had like y'all love him for his mic skills. His mic skills are terrible. I can't understand 99% of the shit he be saying, but y'all be eating the shit up. And then you add in Kyle O'Reilly, who also overrated. And you like y'all are sitting there screaming your heads off like this is the greatest shit in the world. Mark Briscoe's absolutely trash. Okada pisses me off. I thought he should have lost, but I'm okay with Okada because if you gonna call me a bitch, you gotta stand on it. And he been standing on it a lot. And so that's about it. He shouldn't have the title though, because I really feel like he should be fighting more. And if y'all want him to be this big wrestler, as they're kind of producing him to be, he's with the EVPs. Like he has to defend the title more. And when he defends the title, he needs to lose. Go ahead with your question.
Wow, dude. No, I have a question. So you brought up Mark Briscoe's age. Do you feel the same way about Damian Priest? Because Mark Briscoe is younger than Damian Priest is, dog.
No, hold on. No, hold on. I'm gonna answer because I actually seen the other day he's up there.
Damian Priest is 41 and Mark Briscoe is 39.
So I'm gonna say this: if Damian Priest was acting the same way as Mark Briscoe, he'll be getting the same work I'm giving Mark Briscoe now.
Fair
if
enough.
Mark Briscoe was doing what Damian Priest was doing and was like in a meaningful storyline and it made sense, I'll shut the fuck up.
Fair, I guess.
Promise you, I'll shut the fuck up. Yeah. But I can't get behind it. I can't get, bro. Every promo, he's just sitting there, arf, 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 and he's screaming, and he's talking. Yeah, bro, you're done. You're done, so, bro. You're done, so.
It's crazy. Okada. Because your hatred for Mark Briscoe is the exact opposite way I feel about Mark Briscoe. He can do no wrong. I don't want him to win no world titles or nothing because he already has the ROH world title. And he can have that or whatever and move on with that. I love Mark. Whenever he's on screen, I'm like, dude, say something. I love hearing him talk. That promo he cut with Kyle O'Reilly where they're sitting in the back talking on the phone, I just find it funny. And that's all I really need it to be.
I bet you laughed your ass off, didn't you?
I was at work giggling, yes. I was. Because that shit was funny.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not scared to say it anymore. Mark Briscoe's mic skills are better than current CM Punk's mic skills. I'm going to say it. Because you know what? All CM Punk does is get on the mic and complain and talk about, I'm home. And then Mark Briscoe's...
Everyone on the pod knows I don't give a damn about CM Punk. I think CM Punk's mic skills are still trash.
But you know who does? The internet. I want to see how many people don't listen to me when I say I'm baiting. Because I'm strictly baiting, but it's funny. Yeah, no.
Don't worry. Hold on. Internet, I'm not baiting. CM Punk's mic skills are so trash. Trash. I will tell you why in 3 steps. Step 1, bro talks about nothing. Nothing of relevancy.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
I haven't been a fan since he came back.
Bro, me either. Step 2, every time he gets on the mic, he always finds a way to sob about how someone touched his heart and I need to fight for them, and they made my heart so warm that just gave me the energy to fight for them and make sure I win this match. Nigga, shut up, bro. I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not trying to hear that. Step 3. Man, the shit that he be talking about when he be trying to make sense, It doesn't make sense because he be bringing up stuff from way in the past, or he brings up things that he did and he feels like he did no wrong.
Yeah.
For example, I'm not even gonna get off the beam path, but just one example. Bro cost Drew a title shot when Drew was in his home country. Internet, answer me this: why the fuck is CM Punk in Glasgow?
He's working on being a ref,
please.
Dude. He wants to be a ref before he retires. Yeah.
RJ, don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. Yo.
So back to All Out.
For real.
That Fatal 4-Way match was all right. I liked it. And
then, hold on. We need to get to Cassidy. We need to get to Cassidy.
To Orange.
Bro, hold on. I don't got much gripe with him except for one thing, so I'm not going to go crazy. I will say, though, real talk, Orange Cassidy's definitely going to turn heel. I don't know when.
Yeah, I don't know how.
But
it's going to be interesting. I like
I don't know. I don't know how either. Like his character, like I don't just see how he'll do it. But he's definitely going to turn heel because if you notice, he's been wearing darker clothes.
A lot more. And it's weird because his whole thing is being a character that doesn't care. So it's weird to assume he'd go heel, but I try to figure out, like, does he become someone that cares now? Because that's just a wrestler, which is... I love OC. I always have. Ever since I came back to wrestling, I've really loved watching him wrestle. I love his promo stuff. He's just, he's a nonchalant guy. So I am interested to see where they're going with him because he has been losing a lot too. So I feel like it's something with him where he's gonna snap.
I told you earlier that I wanted him to win this match because he hasn't won nothing in a while. Like, bro's good. The only thing I hate is when he be doing the little and you know the bullshit. I hate it so much. Like, I know it's for the yo, we gonna get you started, bro. And then I hate the hand shit too. Honestly, God, I really hate the hand shit. Pockets. Like, those are two things I hate. You're like, bro, why you let a man put his hands in his pockets and whoop your ass? Like, you know how, like, what real life I will be embarrassed to lose to a man with no hands. Like, funny. What?
Yeah. Big fan of OC. I think the only real the only real person I could have seen winning would be Takeshita. But like I said, I think they want him to.
My nigga, take shitter. That's the only way I remember how to spell. Take shitter.
That's. Oh, yeah, I think they want him to win it through the tournament that's coming up in the Continental Classic. I can't wait for that. That is going to be that is my Christmas now because I love tournaments in wrestling, and AEW started this last year, and I loved every second of it. So I'm really just waiting for that to come up. I think if you put Takeshita in the C2 and you have him win the Continental Classic, I'm okay with him losing here at All Out. If not, I feel like we just wasted time, and we should just put the belt on Takeshita because I think Takeshita should be getting pushed way harder than he should. I could argue that he should be around the world title picture, maybe not necessarily winning it anytime soon, but at least being in the conversation and around that area. And I don't know. I'm excited to see where that goes. Yeah, I'm always excited for the C2.
To be completely honest, I didn't think he would be like. I don't see his place in this match. Like, for as much as just doing a promo for him and promote him to be like this big star, you would have thought he'll be like the world title picture like as soon as he came back. Because when bro's in Japan, right?
Japan.
Yep. When he was in Japan, he was going crazy over there.
Yeah.
Like, and they was giving him a promo like every week, even though he wasn't talking, but they was definitely giving him some TV time, saying how he's kicking ass and whatnot. For all that promo, why don't we just put him in a title picture?
Which I think that's
not this mid-card title.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I think that's my biggest problem. I think because, like I said, he did really good in a tournament, so they want him to win a tournament belt, which is fine. But also, if you won the G1, you go for New Japan's world title. So it's like you're basically saying he did so well in this world title opportunity tournament. Now we're gonna put him in a mid-card title tournament, which is like cool, but also let that lead to a world title picture after. Like, I need to see Takeshita go from Continental title to world title. I don't want to see him go anywhere else after that, or back to Japan to go take the titles over there. Because you know what, I can see him doing that. He could pick up in New Japan and be like, well, I can still work with AEW when I want to, but I'm going to fully sign to New Japan. He could be a big star there. He's a big star now, but he could be a bigger star there within a year. He could be like the next IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. He could probably hold it for a while because they don't have a lot of stars going on right now. It's just
they don't.
So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm all right with this match. Could have been something, but I think they just really wanted to get a title defense for the Continental title because there hasn't been one for a while, except for the Claudio one.
Okada should drop it, or he needs to start facing people more like every weekend. I say every weekend, but like every other week or some shit. Because doing this title defense like once every 29 days, and on the 30th day you're gonna do a bullshit defense, and then you're gonna either win or win cleanly, or you're gonna win with help.
Right. Yeah.
Like he needs to lose. Like I don't understand why like we're not having these people holding these titles lose, so you could build some type of story and build something with it. Holding the title for like 603, like it feels like these people are having year-long contracts with these titles, and they're not defending them. It's just there as a placeholder. It's ridiculous. AEW struggles with that though.
They do because they like. It's hard because you don't want to just bring up random people to win titles sometimes.
Yeah,
but sometimes
which I get.
You kind of have to at least look at the roster you have. You don't have a small BS roster. You've got a good amount of people that get a good amount of reactions. And I can understand not wanting to trade the title back and forth because I know WWE did that for a while and it did make titles feel a little like, they'll have it this week, they'll have it next week. But if you could build a story, a good 2-month title reign doesn't hurt anybody. I think it actually builds up. If you could have like 2 title defenses and then like an interesting story going into them, you can trade that title back and forth. The big problem with WWE is they would just be like, oh, well, I guess it's Randy Orton's turn to hold it this month. And then John Cena comes back, oh, it's Cena's turn to hold it this month. It's like, that's where you get it. But I think companies are now more like cautious when it comes to flopping a title back and forth, or even amongst multiple people for that exact reason, because they don't want to risk, my high quality feud is everybody else's low quality feud. So now this title feels like shit because I liked it, but everybody else didn't. So I can understand it, but they do got to get the ball rolling with this title and the tag titles because something's got to give. They aren't really doing much, and it kind of makes it feel like less heel. We're not going to defend because we're heels, and more like we don't know what we're doing. I don't know I don't know what to do with these titles now, and that's a bad thing for a wrestling promotion to have.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. It's the Big T, bro. We're trying to tell you. Come here, Big T. Let me talk to you. We're trying to tell you. You got to use these people on your roster, bro. You got to use them. And these titles, you gotta have people drop them, bro. Real talk. You gotta have people drop them. Or if you don't want them to drop them, have them defend it in meaningful matches and not give them just bullshit people.
Yeah, because this 4-way is kind of like makes sense because like you want Mark Briscoe, you want Orange Cassidy, and then Takeshi's getting buzz. You want
don't lie, bro. Don't speak for all of us. I don't want.
Okay, the normal people want Mark Briscoe because he gets big reactions and everybody loves him. You know what I mean? You know what? Please. Because of you, I'm moving on. What do I have on here? We got Mercedes Moné taking on Hikaru Shida.
Another snooze fest, low key.
Low key, I think this was a great Dynamite main event. Not a tremendous. With 2 weeks of build, it's good, but it wasn't great. Better than the Britt Baker match, though. So at the end of the day, at least we got to see Mercedes on AEW TV doing a good match. Because if you only saw the Britt Baker match, I can understand you thinking Mercedes isn't that good, but she is really good. Hikaru Shida is also really good. This one was kind of just like not a lot of drama, not a lot of intrigue. I guess having Camille banned from ringside is something, but it's not really a lot. You had a moment where Shida like grabbed the kendo stick to threaten to hit her with it, but it's like, why?
Yeah.
Why were you so... I understand she's angrier than she was before, but nothing prompted that. You were kind of just like, oh, I want to hit you with this and get disqualified. Why? No, don't do that.
Yeah,
you lose if you do that.
So dumb.
Yeah.
Like, if she would have hit her... Oh, my fault. I didn't even cut you. I just say on just that part alone. If she would have hit her, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
yeah. There wasn't enough to prompt it. It was just like, oh.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're mad? What you Well, you just sit down and relax before you continue the match. Like, no, you know how the rules work. If you use a weapon, you get disqualified, you lose. So like I said, it was nothing I'm writing home about, but nothing I'm like. If I'm not skipping this match if I rewatch it, but I'm not rewatching this show for this match. If that makes sense.
Yeah, like I feel like their match was equivalent to like. Their beef was pretty much just like, hey, you call me a bitch. No, now I'm gonna fuck you up now because you call me a bitch. Like, it was just name call. Like, that's what it felt like. I think it like Big T didn't give them enough time to brew and concoct some type of story.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like what was going to happen, Britt Baker was supposed to get the win this match.
I mean,
because
yeah,
that's because she was on the poster. So what I'm thinking was Mercedes supposed to get the dub at All In, perfectly fine. They talk shit. You didn't beat me. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Now we got a match in, and we got some story, and there's already something going on prior to that match they had at All In. So we got something, and then at All Out, Britt would have won. But
I'll be honest,
because she was so shit, I really don't want to draw, cause oh man, I can't even lie. But I'm gonna use better terminology. Because Britt was not performing at her best. It just messed up everything.
Yeah, and they decided to pivot to something else to kind of get her away from her. Yeah, I completely see that happening. That could have been a reality. They saw like the controversy of everybody kind of being like, well, this match kind of sucked. They're kind of like, you know what? You guys are right. Let's try and get her a different opponent. Not to get rid of what happened at All In, but kind of just be like, all right, we won't run it back because we saw you didn't like it. Which
we could call like a little reset.
Oh yeah, because
we could call like a little reset because you take time off. We take some time off. We figure out what the issue is because clearly there's like some type of miscommunication. We figure it out and we try it again. And this time, if it doesn't work, we just blow the whole storyline up.
Yeah, you move on. You get the off of Mercedes or whatever. But yeah, nah.
Yeah, whatever the case may be. If Britt's not the person, we find a new person. You find Takshita. Takshita.
That's
oh my god.
Crazy.
Oh my god. What? Thank you. We take Sheeta and we do Mercedes. We could run it back, but have a better storyline.
Yeah, have a little more.
And we have more time to actually concoct a storyline, and maybe we could do the candlestick spot again, but now we have substance to know like blase blah or whatever. The match is okay.
Yeah, it was all right.
I can't even tell you a spot that I remember that was cool. Like honestly, I really can't think of none.
Like for a weekly TV match, fire. But if you want to do this again, you gotta give them more than 2 weeks. A lot more than 2 weeks. I think let's do the world title. Brian Danielson versus Jack Perry. Of course. Because the match wasn't much, and I'd rather talk about the murder that almost happened. So Jack Perry took on
twice.
Brian Danielson. I'm sorry, I did it. I slipped in the tongue. The match wasn't bad. It was a good first defense for Danielson. It was fun. It wasn't anything crazy. There was no real danger. Really, I mean, Jack Perry wasn't going to win a world title right now, so I'm a fan of Jack Perry. I like Jack Perry. I really love Danielson. It was a nice match. I love the ending actually, where he defiant to the end hit his little pose and then the psycho knee. And like it's little stuff where like okay, he stuck to the character. The main angle for this though was the ending, or not the ending, the segment that happened after, which I mean, it worked on me. it hit me.
Was it my turn?
Yeah. Because I figured we get the match out of the way before we talk about the segment.
Oh yeah. All right. So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say for the internet, Jack Perry's overrated, and so is Brian Danielson. Overrated as hell. Put that out there. I will say this match did not wow me. If you're a Jack Perry fan, you thought this shit was fucking bananas, and Jack Perry should have won. If you're a Brian Danielson fan, you would thought this is why he's number one, and this is why he's gonna be our hero, and this is why the final countdown is gonna be the best segment in the world. Boom, boom, boom. To me, this shit's hot shit. The match didn't move me. Like, I don't know if it's because I have a high dislike for both of them. So maybe my opinion's biased, but oh well. The match is shit. Like, it didn't move me. Like, what? Like, why? Like, I just gotta get out there. Why are we gonna be in a match, bro? And Homeboy's gonna be like, take me.
Because he's gonna lose. Defiant to the end. The scapegoat doesn't just go down. He's got to be defiant to the end. That's really it. Yeah, I like
your words, not mine.
Hey guys,
your words, not mine.
Yeah,
this shit was high. It was terrible.
But the real hot angle was when Christian Cage came out with his little contract, where he could cash in at any time for a little bait. And I think that's interesting because I'm not gonna lie to you, I forgot he had it. I completely forgot. And when his music came, I was like, oh no, Christian's here. Mm-hmm. So I think that was really good.
No, I still got this.
But the second Mox came out, and first of all, Mox came out of nowhere. I don't know where Mox came out.
Yeah, he did, bro. Mox came out like SWAT.
And the uneasy feeling I had the entire time was justified, and I hate it. As Mox and the BCC go in to celebrate with Brian Danielson, one last time, Mox gives him a hug, kiss on the forehead, and Claudio hits Brian with a European uppercut. And my heart broke. He ate it, but my heart broke into a million pieces. He ate that, looked up, and was dumbfounded at what just happened. But the real kicker is that John Moxley brought out a plastic bag and attempted murder on Brian Danielson. And honestly, that was absurd. So apparently this is a reference to Terry Funk, who did this in a promotion back in the day with Ric Flair. So apparently that's what all this is. Really cool and everything. But man, was I shocked to watch someone that I really like, a wrestler I really like, get choked out with a plastic bag. It was almost horrific. It was almost watching like a horror movie where you're like, well, that's not good. You probably shouldn't be choking about with a plastic bag. Where, because you hold that in too long, and Danielson isn't getting enough oxygen to his brain, he died. It's a wrestling angle. We all know it was okay beforehand, but AEW coming out basically saying, "Hey, we don't approve of this." Good touch. It's a nice feeling of unscripted, but we all know it's scripted. It's nice. You had JR on commentary screaming, "This isn't wrestling." He's like, "This is terrible. I don't want to do this." I loved everything about this angle. I want to see where Mox takes this. How are you feeling with Mox not necessarily making a new BCC, but taking the BCC back? That's where I'm the most interested in all this.
So I don't know why he's acting like this though, because bro was gone for a hot minute, and like they kind of moved on, and like you came back, you could just brought Brian in with you.
Yeah, like, it's weird.
I'm not understanding. Like, you literally just like, we were all like this, like, and you just like, you took it overboard for no reason.
Yeah.
Like for what, bro? Like, y'all were just like this. Like, all you have to do is talk and be like, hey,
a phone call.
What's up? This. Like, a text, an email. Like, bro, listen, I'm coming back.
Yeah.
I see you running with the squad, but I'm the real leader. So, this is how I get down. What you trying to do? You said, fuck all of that and went to come and damn near burn on TV. Mox, what is wrong with you, bro? What is wrong with you?
Great. It was such an effective segment that it really does make it feel like this is going to be a big story going out of it, which is good because I think they not necessarily ended a big story on this show, but like at least wrapped up a good chapter of it. So I'm really excited to see where Mox, Danielson, all this leads to. And I wouldn't be surprised if this could end with Mox retiring Danielson. I feel like you would want to have that with a younger star, so that way you could put them over, but could easily be Mox. And me personally, I wouldn't be mad about it. I think Mox is that guy. He is, I've seen the ace of pro wrestling thrown around a lot. I believe he truly is. He's done everything in all the companies. So It could be that, or that could be the red herring where it's like, oh, Mox is bad. He's gonna retire Danielson. It's not that. It's just a story of overcoming adversity. But I'm super excited to see it. I loved it.
We gotta talk about the silent hero though. Yuta was playing his part, and that man deserves an Oscar, a Tony, whatever the awards Yuta deserves, because bro was in there bawling and crying like, no. It just reminds me of Titanic when Jack. That's exactly what it felt like, because bro was hurting watching his man get suffocated and damn near down TV.
Yuta screaming in agony as Brian's getting choked out, and Pac just holding him like, nah, bro, you're not. We've already discussed this. I'm sorry you didn't get the didn't get the email, but we gotta let this happen. You didn't get the memo. Oh, bro, I'm just heartbroken for Yuta. And then
imagine the turn from Yuta.
I'm thinking, honestly, this might be the big babyface, homegrown star for Yuta. Because, I mean, he'll probably walk around the BCC for a while. Him and Claudio or Fred, like, they were a small tag team, but they were just in the same group for a while. They always support each other. That Claudio-Yuta match might be a breakout match for Yuta if done correctly, and I'm here for it. I really like Yuta. I think Yuta is really good. I hope his head's doing all right. I know he had some problems with concussions for a while. He was gone for months off of a concussion. So I can see this being a really big thing. And I really, dude, I keep seeing pictures of Yuta on Twitter. And I'm like, oh, Yuta, please. I'm trying not to think about this, man. But he was so good. You would have thought nobody told him what was going on. Like, he genuinely did not know. And he thought they were going to kill him because he was so emotional. I loved it. He was a great bit of acting out of Yuta that was, it's going to go underappreciated in a couple years, but especially now, it was so good, so strong. And he walked out with him. So it's like, Yuta. I love it. I love that they've already started his rise into being the babyface. Is like, no, this was wrong. I'm not going to stay with you guys, and I'm all here for it. I can't
wait.
I'm no pun intended, all in.
You're done, bro.
So the next match on the card, we got.
You're done, bro. Oh my god.
All right, well let's talk about possibly match of the night, depending on who you ask. It is, for me, a 50-50, a complete split between this and the main event, and that is the Chicago street fight between Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale. This match was exactly everything I needed. I think it was two phenomenal female stars doing phenomenal work for the women's division, because you don't see a lot of street fights in the women's division in other promotions. Nope. I know that AEW's been picking them up a lot more. Sky Blue has talked about it. Willow and Chris have been in a multitude of them, and they're always really good. So I'm happy that they were able to take that and then take these two, who you could argue are pioneers for the newer modern age of hardcore women's wrestling, and have them do this together and it not be basic or even bad, because you could have easily. Well,
we still got Thunder Rosa and I'm gonna say, you told me how to say it earlier, and I'm gonna say it wrong. Diana. You got that? Okay.
Peraza.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Why not them though? But because they had the bull rope match that was tough. Like, they put on bangers when they be on the TV. And
they definitely have, but I think that is an isolated series of matches between those two versus Chris and Willow, who were having not only their own singles hardcore matches pretty often, but they were also doing tag team ones together, and you kind of think about them, at least for me, I guess I should say I do, when I think of hardcore women's wrestling in AEW. I think of those two first, because they were definitely the ones that like kind of cracked the glass for them to be like, oh yeah, we should do these more often, because they're always praised, they're always really good, and they're always a lot of fun. So when you have those two go up against each other, it was a recipe for an amazing match, but could have easily been messed up. And I'm happy to say that I got the exact perfect match that was violent, brutal, and oh my god, Willow had no right coming out looking so good. She looked fine. I need her to hit me in the face with a can of soup, okay? But
get him out of here, bro.
No, she looked good. She was
She definitely looked tough. She looked fine as hell.
Yeah.
I will say though, I don't know what Chris got, but what now? I don't know what it is about Chris. Not what she got. I don't know what it is about Chris, but she got some because she's looking good too. I don't know what it was. Willow. Yeah, Willow. She's looking real comfortable in what she got on for a street fight. She didn't look too stressed. She looked like she had a beater and some sweats.
Yep.
Ready to kick ass.
And she did.
But now there's a couple spots I want to talk about real quick. The thumbtacks, the splitting the thumbtacks.
Oh.
Chris, you're crazy, boo. You're crazy.
That is absurd.
That's absurd. Boo, you're crazy because there's no way I could have done that.
Yeah.
No way. The first table spot, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I predetermined the match. I'm like, oh my God, here we go. We're gonna get some bullshit table spots where you're gonna lightly throw them. Granted, it wasn't their fault, but the lack of explosion when she kind of power bombed her onto the table, it was just
twice.
like, yeah. I'm like, oh God.
Unfortunate, but it's still so good.
But then we make it up to the ramp. Shit went left. Like, Willow hit her with light tubes. Where the fuck the light tubes came from, I don't know. Smacked the shit out of her with it, and then Chris speared her off the rim. That's What are we doing? I loved it.
Violence is what we needed.
Yeah, I love it. But the only other spot that I was like, it just like, it was like, what the fuck was the chain,
Yeah, the chain.
Yeah, like
the momentum on it was kind of weird. Yeah.
Yeah, it was up. The match was up here, like we're just building up and everything, and then we got the chain, and then I seen the one side and it had the little strap. I'm like, oh, is it a collar? And I got hyped because I was about to start typing and tweet. She about to choke her on TV. We're about to get another murder on TV. And then she put it around her wrist. I'm like, okay.
I've seen theories that's like a dog collar match setup maybe or something like that, which I would like to see that. A dog collar match between those two would be a lot of fun. Yeah, but I mean,
oh, that's different.
I think the only problem I have with the chain is that Willow tapped. I think it would have been a really like
she tapped for her. She did. I even see the tap. Like if she tapped,
I would have liked to have seen her pass out. I think passing out would have been tough. Where she's like, I'm not giving up. I keep telling people to not give up and to keep smiling, and I'm gonna keep and then just pass out. I think that would be tough. But
I'll take a knockout too. I'll take a knockout too.
Yeah, something like that. But I mean, like little bits of like, oh, it could have, but I'm like, oh, you don't need that. You could just brush that off of that. I'm good. So I mean, like I said, possibly match of the night. If like I could make the argument for this one or the main event.
Like I definitely think this is match of the night. I'm trying to think like there's I'm really trying to think of like anything else that threw me off, but like before I really solidify and say like this match of the night, but I don't got nothing, bro. I really don't. Like this match, like for a women's match to be as good as it was, especially at the spot in the card it was, because it was after Will and Pop,
which people were
even
saying
though
it's
we
a hard
were
thing to follow, and I'm like
they
kind of did. They followed it. They
like this match, and they set the tone.
Yeah,
they set the tone because Will and Pop didn't. Out of 5, what you gonna give this match though?
Because of the winner, because of the setup, because of everything, I'd give it a 5. I'd keep it at a 5 stars.
Respected.
Because it was like I said, was there things I could be like, oh, well, what if you choked her out instead of or she passed out instead of tapping, or what if the announcement table just broke in the first thing, so it did like start off a little shaky, or any little issues where it's like, yeah, but I don't care if those things happen because the match was just so good. I would give it a solid 5, no more, no less.
Respect that. Okay. Give it like a 4.5.
Fair enough.
Solid 4.5. With match of the night because they like even the winner. Even though I wanted Willow to win, like it makes sense though because Willow won at All In with the bull.
And
I can't remember. I can't remember dude's name. So please, internet, don't kill me. I just honestly can't remember his name.
It's Ishii.
But they won at
Ishii.
Thank you. Ichi. They went at All In. They picked the stipulation.
Yeah. A lot of fun.
And I want Willow to get the 2-0, but we already knew Chris was going to get the dub. So
yeah.
On to the real murder.
The actual, because we had an attempted crippling, an attempted breaking of the neck, the attempted murder in this match, then an attempted murder after the world title match, and then the promoted attempted murder, because we all knew where this was going. So they kept all the other murders a secret, and they're like, yeah, no, we know this one's gonna try to kill somebody. We know about that one,
bro. Oh my god, this match, like I was wincing just for the fact of a lot of the spots that they were doing. The first crazy shit was a cinder block, bro.
Cinder block.
Oh my god, the vertebrae, bro. Right, the vertebrae he was about to do, like. Bro, he was literally inches away from really landing on his back. He missed it by this much and scraped his back, bro. Oh my god. I hope and pray, and I'm saying it again, that it was like a prop cinder block and not a real one. Because if that wasn't terrible, the powerbomb looked fucking ruthless.
Yeah.
That just like, and he didn't put him down. Like, he put some power and slammed him, bro.
Slammed him on that.
Bro.
Yeah.
I went to watch that because my back hurt.
Yeah, that's
like my back hurt, bro.
That shit.
Oh my god.
I don't know if you've ever been scraped by a cinder block or just concrete in general.
Yeah, that shit hurt.
That shit sucks to like put clothes on after and then have it touch.
Yeah.
I gotta wrestle a match after or during this. Like, I gotta keep going. Nah, dude. The scrape on Hangman's back, the power bomb on it. I'm just like, oh, dude, I'm not doing it. You're not gonna get me to use a cinder block. I'm sorry. That shit's gonna suck. Rolling on the canvas and getting slammed on it after having like your skin scraped up by it? Nah. It's not. Bro. Nobody's having a good time in this match. Not a single person.
Then you had the staples, which is not as bad as cinder blocks. Like, but you just get stapled then he stapled a picture on his face. Not as bad as cinder block. The barbed wire I'm okay with because we grew up with barbed wire. Then the needle was probably another part of one sex. I'm like, bro, what are we doing? Oh my god, he put it through his skin.
Through his cheek. Oh, dude. Because if you ever had dental work, right? You've had like the needles stabbed into you. That shit sucks. And if you've ever gotten piercings, right? Like, I got my ears pierced and stuff. Yeah. That shit sucks. But like, once it heals and stuff and everything, if you're trying to fight somebody and hurt, and they're just like, let me just straight pierce you really quick. Oh, that shit's ass. But the cherry on top is the needle in the mouth and one steel chair headshot later.
Oh my god.
If they didn't end the match, I think somebody Tony Khan had to stop the match if the ref didn't. Because that perfect ending, like I was talking about with like Willow and Chris, where it's like, it's a nice detail that Hangman didn't pin him or he didn't tap. He hit him with that and Swerve did not get up, and the ref said, no, you've got to stop. Because you're going to kill him if you keep doing this stuff. It was brutal.
I wonder what else they would have done if the ref let it go. But
somebody's gonna die.
Bro, that chair shot, even though like we talked about earlier, you said it was a gimmick chair, but bro, regardless, you gotta take that chair. He hit him hard, bro. Yeah. With the needle in his mouth. Like, who thinks of these things?
I think it was a perfect embodiment of how much they hate each other. Was how
hold on, we missed them. He's stabbing them with the burnt wood from his childhood home.
Oh yeah, here's the childhood home I burned down, and then Swerve just like, I'm gonna stab you with this a lot. You know what got me? I didn't even think about this. I saw it on Twitter later, or like an hour ago. I didn't even realize it, or I did realize it because they said that commentary, but I didn't even think about it. Swerve was crying during that. Like, that was an emotional moment for him where he had his childhood home. But he was crying and also just letting out all that anger on Hangman's forehead. It's like, oh, it's so. Both of these guys had phenomenal character acting. I love every second of both Hangman and Swerve's character acting. The wrestling, top tier. The violence, top tier. And the character acting, they had, I would say, probably one of the best steel cage matches I've seen in the past 10 years. It was that good of a match that it's like 5 stars isn't enough. I would give this 6 because like that 1 star extra would just be because of how well the story's been and the acting and everything, like the intangibles that you don't think of, like, oh, he's selling that he's stabbing him with a piece of his house and crying because of it, where it's like, oh, dude, who even thinks to do that? Those guys do, because they love what they do and they really want to tell this story and get it across that this isn't just a wrestling story. This is an emotional feeling, and that's what I love about it.
So I will say, this might be a clip, so be ready for this one.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna make sure not to fuck this one up. Internet. We're gonna talk about this one real quick, and I want your opinions, because I'm telling you, after I say what I'm gonna say, I'm saying all business. All business.
All business.
I think the match that we got with Swerve and Hangman was the exact match we should have gotten from CM Punk and Drew McIntyre.
Oof.
Why I'm gonna say this, and I'm not gonna go in a long talking, long chatting. No, I'm gonna make it real quick, bro. For the intensity of this story that we've been getting from CM Punk and Drew, you would have thought in some of these matches, at least, we would got some type of blood and some type of crazy match. I'm not gonna go that far in everyone's memory banks. I'm gonna go real recent with y'all. The strap match between Drew and CM was absolute dog shit. I said trash earlier, RJ. I said trash. I'm gonna up the ante. The shit was dog shit.
I was bored.
Like, how do we have? Thank you. I was bored as hell too, bro. Why are we gonna have a match? We're fighting over a bracelet.
See, I don't have a problem with that.
I'm not even gonna put the fan into it. I'm gonna just say we're fighting over the bracelet. We're fighting over a bracelet. 2 grown men are fighting over a bracelet, bro.
Yeah, the meaning of the bracelets means a lot.
The only significance is because it has your wife's name and I'm not gonna draw your wife's name and your dog. Yes, your dog. Your dog's name on it. And you're going crazy to mess with this man over a bracelet.
Yes, sir.
Now, if we're really talking, a lot of this stuff that CM Punk is going through, I know we're talking about AEW, bro. I'm gonna get right back to it. But a lot of the stuff that's happening to CM Punk is his own fault. And I'm still, again, not gonna go crazy back into everyone's memory bank. But why is CM Punk in Glasgow, bro? I'm gonna bring it up again. Why is CM Punk in Glasgow? For no reason. You gonna mess with Drew, he lose, and now you're mad, and all because of a bracelet again. But again, we have on AEW, we have 2 men fighting. A man's house was burned, and then we have another one where the other man broke into his house, kissed his wife, and put his shirt on his sleeping baby, bro.
Cut a promo on a baby is still an absurd sentence that I have to say every once in a while. I'm like, that's crazy.
Like,
yeah.
And then the internet wants to say, AEW can't tell no stories. I'm done.
Yeah, that narrative. That narrative's been dead. But I think people that don't watch AEW is the only thing they really have. I think my problem with CM Punk and Drew is that they want to tell that story at that intensity level, but won't let them do that intense of a match, which is the problem. Because
it just makes no sense.
Like, it's almost the same thing with what we said about Daniel Garcia and MJF, where their intensity was high, but the match was just like kind of not at the same level.
Yes, it's literally the opposite.
They're super comparable, where it's like, I'm gonna cripple you, and it's like he does a few power drivers. Don't get me wrong, the neck is a very vulnerable area, but it's like, yeah. But when he took you out the first time, he had you by your neck. It was shaking you. You just kind of grabbed him a little bit. And that's where the Drew and Punk stuff has fallen out for me. And I think that's why I haven't fallen out of the Swerve Hangman stuff. Because a portion of it is, 1, they're matching the intensity of each other. And 2, I'll do it really quick because I don't want to harp on it too long. The story aspects for a revenge-based system does not work if you want somebody to be the good guy, which is the problem with WWE's having. They're not necessarily having it with Drew and McIntyre. They're having it actually with Liv and Rhea. And I say this I don't want to bring tribalism into this, but when I compare these two stories, because they are both very much revenge stories of somebody who didn't do anything, had something bad happen to them, and they retaliated. The problem is, on AEW, Hangman and Swerve are both bringing each other down. You're seeing Hangman's descent into madness every week. You're seeing him get more violent. And at the end of this show, he literally has a mental breakdown because he goes, oh, I really, really messed up. I am now a really terrible person that is doing evil stuff to hurt somebody. Even though that person's evil, that's not what I wanted, because I'm not necessarily the good guy anymore. I am now just as bad as he is. And it breaks Hangman. He screamed at the top of his lungs. But on WWE's side, it's like, oh, well, we like Rhea more, so she should be the good guy. Even though technically, Rhea injured Liv, and Liv retaliated. And I keep seeing it on Twitter. It's like, how is Liv the bad guy? She retaliated. And I'm going to say it once. You can't control how people treat you, but you can control how you react to it. And I'm not saying Liv should have just been like, you know what, Rhea, I forgive you. Because that's, one, it's not an interesting story. And two, I personally wouldn't even like say, I'm not very much a revenge guy, but I'm also not a just let it go guy. So I understand if you want to take that route. But I hate that people take the Rhea and Liv, they're like, no, Rhea's the good guy. She did bad thing. No, Liv's the good guy because she got hurt. Neither are the good guy anymore. They're both bad people. That's why I like this story. But WWE is going, oh, well, no, they like Rhea more now. So Rhea is now the good guy. And that's what takes me out of that story. And that's why I'm so into Hangman Swerve. I'm so interested to see where Hangman ends up now and going, I really fell into a dark place. I'm going to stay here now. Or I fell into a dark place. Can I rebuild back into what I was? And then the story being told with that. It's going to be an interesting path with those. And I think it's a very clear indication on whether or not we get Swerve Hangman sooner, another one sooner than later. Because I'm pretty sure Swerve's still up too. So, I mean, 3-1, you got your win, but I mean, he's still up on you, big dog. You just you gonna let him keep that up on you, because in reality, if you go, I want a world title, Swerve could be like, hey bro, you only beat me one time and you had to kill me basically to do it. So I don't think you can do it again. And I'm really excited to see where they go on with this.
I think we need a round 2. Hold on. We shouldn't do this match again. We shouldn't do this match again unless it's really needed. Like, it can't be like every pay-per-view, like, oh, we're going to do this. Right. No. It has to be some real life, like, there has to be some type of beef. Also, I like to throw out there, when it said lights out, I may not be the only one that thought this. I don't know why my dumbass thought it'll be lights out, it'll be dark as fuck in there. Don't judge me, please, because I really thought it was going to be...
It's weird. Bro's like, turn off all the lights, they're gonna wrestle in the dock. It's like, no.
I really thought so. Like, I'm an idiot. Oh my god. I think though, like, in between this and the Chicago street fight, it will come either or. It could be match of the night. Yeah. Now I'm gonna pose a question for you. Do you think AEW is like crossing the line with what they're doing, or they're okay?
I think they're fine, because like I compared earlier with Liv, Rhea, and then Hangman Swerve, what AEW is supposed to be at the end of the day is an alternative to WWE. If I wanted to see more WWE, I just wouldn't watch AEW. I would only watch WWE. I'd make sure I watch their shows exclusively. I want something different, and I think AEW is doing a real good job at making realistic looking and storytelling, like it makes sense in the storytelling levels of violence. That's like, okay, did Swerve stab Hangman with a chunk of wood? Yeah. But in context, he stabbed a man who burned down his childhood home with a piece of his childhood home. So it's like, I'm not against the violence, because I want to see that stuff out of AEW, because I'm never going to see it in WWE anymore. I want there to be a different version of wrestling out there, and AEW is providing that. So no, I don't think they're going too far. I think they'll go too far if they attempt to accurately reenact like an actual murder in the ring on my program, where it's like, I don't need to see that. I want to see the violence, but I also as a person know it's a wrestling match, so I can give it limits.
I think they're, like I said earlier, I think they're getting close to the line. I'm still say they're getting close. Only not for me. I love the shit because I know when I watch AEW, I know what I'm getting. I know what I'm looking for. Not what I'm looking for. I know what I'm hitting for. I know that the wrestling's not going to be A1, but the actual matches that they're putting on and the brutality and the violence that we're waiting and looking for, they'll have all that.
Right.
I'm cool. I just know it's not going to be as polished over at AEW as we're at WWE. You don't see a lot of fuck ups. You don't see a lot of botches for real. I lied. That's a lying statement.
Brother's lying in front of God.
But you don't see a lot of weapons. It's coming out now, and when they're using WWE, it's a wild factor because they don't use it a lot. But you just know you're not gonna get the violence you would get over at AEW, which is what I love.
Yeah.
However, I think though, because with them getting this WB deal on the table and possibly signing it soon, I think with the new fans that they're going to get, the possibility that it's going to be too much for folks.
Yeah.
You know? And I feel, and I don't want it to happen, but you know how people, you get the one wrong kid or person or mom or whatever, or dad or whoever, and it'll just fuck up everything.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
It is a risk they aren't willing to take, but they aren't they aren't an indie company that runs on YouTube. If you don't know what's going on in AEW and you want to sign them to your streaming service, do a Google search. You'll find some stuff. Like, they're not hidden. So if they did do that, and then that was like the problem. They're like, oh well, we signed with you guys, but we didn't know you were doing like death matches on a random Saturday in September. It's like, well, yeah, but we've been doing that for the past Saturday. Yeah, we've been doing that for the past few years. This isn't new. So if you didn't know that, that's not our fault. We're not going to change that because that's what you signed us for. That's what we wanted. So that's more of an issue with whoever wants to sign them for an exclusive deal. And if that is the problem, well, then they're probably just re-signed with TBS and stuff because TBS clearly doesn't have a problem with it. You know, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think they're anywhere near the line or whatever. But I mean, it's person to person.
But listen, I loved every moment of it. Please, AEW, Big T, sign me up. I'll do it again. I'll watch it again.
Right.
But listen, that cage match only for when people are on the we gotta see that type of level storytelling for us to get another match like that again.
The brink of insanity.
Don't give us on a random Tuesday. Yeah. Oh, we're about to get this unsanctioned lights out match. Pause that because we're gonna have to talk about this. I gotta walk. I gotta wake up early because it's. Wake up early for work and shit. A1 do this show on a random Wednesday Dynamite. You're crazy.
Right. Yeah,
but I want to ask you a question that you asked earlier because you asked it and it was actually a really good question. How do you feel about these 8-match cards and these 12-match cards? Because that has to be on here because that was a great question.
Yeah, I actually forgot about that. Yeah, no, I think the 8-match card is it feels like a nice little soft spot for them. I think if they ran 8-match card pay-per-views more often, I think that would make them feel less bloated. And it also, we got a good amount of time to get through everything. The matches had their time. The segments had their time. I can only imagine how quickly they would have choked out Danielson with a plastic bag if there was 8 more matches after, right? So I think this might be the sweet spot for their non-big pay-per-view. So, Full Gear, All In,
Full Gear is a big pay-per-view?
Yeah, it's it's Full Gear, All In, Revolution, and one more. I think that's their big 4. So those ones I can see keeping the 12-match card stuff just because you have your stories getting tied up or whatever. But I think for every other pay-per-view, the other I think they're trying to do 12. So the rest of them, I think you do 8-match cards. I think you have a solid 3 to 4 hour show basically that doesn't feel bloated. It feels like everything is running smoothly and you get to enjoy the show, because I think the problem with WWE is that they don't have enough matches So the pay-per-view feels 10 times longer because I have to wait. Because, like, the match's quality, it differs, whatever. But then I have to wait, like, 30 minutes for ads because you only put 5 matches on. I think 8, 9 even. Like, 7, 8, 9. Actually, no, I'll put 8, 9. 8, 9 feels like a sweet spot for pay-per-views. I think that might be it. I think both companies need to adopt that.
See, I think the 8-match cards I'm cool with because we started the pay-per-view at 8 o'clock.
8, yeah.
And finished at 11. Not bad. Like, honestly, not bad. But then we got to talk about how, like, if we did a 12-match card, you had to remember people got to work. And y'all doing these pay-per-views on Sundays. Bro, you got to think. You have your pre-show, which has 4 to 5 matches, which I love. I love that they have matches on the pre-show because it builds you up. And I ain't gonna talk shit, so I'm gonna say, the other side, they'll have pre-shows and they just be talking forever, flapping their gums with no matches. But 4 to 5 matches, then you're gonna have the actual event with 12 other matches, 17 matches. That's a big T. Yeah. That's a lot of matches, bro. That's a lot of matches. Yeah. And then that's what hour time. That's like 5-6 hours worth of just sitting there because you don't get the commentary. It's just wrestling and you around. That's a lot of wrestling, Big T.
Yeah, it is.
8 matches.
The 8 is just kind of like right there.
Yeah, and plus, and with the pre-show, I will say, if we're gonna do the pre-show, move it earlier and move the pay-per-view earlier. Just like the 12-card matches. If y'all gonna have a 12-card, that drawing got to start like 4.
Yeah,
like you gotta start 4 or 5.
Yeah, I think we're just kind of ingrained in it, like the event starting at 8, that I just don't see it changing anytime soon. But I would like to see kind of pay-per-view start a little earlier, and it could just be a we're old thing, so we're thinking of that.
No, it's being serious though.
Because we've been doing this since we were like kids, and where it's like it starts at 8. I'm not even gonna be able to see most of the card because I had to go to sleep because of that shit. So it's like, it's weird. It's a weird spot.
Like, I feel like because like you could freak it because like you could tell people early enough and be like, yo, this one's gonna start like, if we're like, I'm gonna be realistic, 6 o'clock will be the earliest for real.
Yeah, I think that would be not only the earliest, like, for convenience sake of all like the people there, but I think it'd be the best option for like even the viewing experience would be 6. I just don't see them going that route of them going to start.
Like
6.
It'll be like, I get the 8 o'clock because it's the nighttime, it's the feel, it's the main event, boom boom. I get that, but if you're gonna have 12 matches on a card, you gotta start early because you gotta appease everyone because no one's going to watch it because it's so long. And then the matches, when it's 12 cards, either take too long or they're too short.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to rush through everything else to get through all the matches. And it's just,
Yeah.
Big T, stay on 8.
Yeah,
stay on 8, please.
Stay on 8, bro. It's a great amount of matches, and it just flows so much smoother.
Whew. But that was a lot of matches, bro. We went through, we had a great ass fucking weekend full of AEW wrestling. Hold on, before we go, we gotta talk about our man Hangman, because I'm low-key becoming a fanboy of the Hangman. Because bro set a house on fire, took a match and flicked it, and sat there and didn't move a muscle. That is a stone cold killer. Cause ain't no way he had, and it's just like, it's just crazy to think because to do it in one take, because it was live, like he couldn't move. He had to sit there and hold that pose for the longest 30 seconds of his life.
Yeah, while his table also got caught on fire.
He sat there and he's like, I'm not gonna move a muscle, and I'm just gonna hope and pray that everything works great for me.
Bro,
oh man,
such a great segment. I was a big fan of this pay-per-view. Overall though, out of 5, the whole card, the whole show, what would you rate out of 5?
I thought about it when we talked about it earlier, and I'm still gonna give it a 4 out of 5.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5.
I'm gonna stick to 4 out of 5 as well, because I think with All In being a 4.5 in my head, I can't put this over that. But it still was a great show with such great moments that I feel like that 4 spot is exactly where it needs to sit. I really enjoyed the show.
Now I'm gonna see what everyone else is gonna talk about because there's a lot of people that's gonna rewatch it and see. But I think 4 out of 5 is really where it should be. Like anything less than that is gonna be criminal because you can't shit on AEW all day long, bro. Because WWE has misses, but like AEW is really coming up right now. They have some storylines is like and you're like, all right, what are you doing, Big T? But they're really coming up right now.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. That you said that you can't just hate on AEW all day, but that's not true. There's a bunch of dudes out there with no jobs on Twitter doing it right now. So I mean,
bro, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely asinine.
But you know what,
ladies and gentlemen. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I was like, how you get the energy to defend AEW on Twitter from those trolls? Using code SHOOTWIN over on Glitch Energy gets you what, 10% off? And bro, I'm telling you that Glitch Energy, I ain't gonna lie to you, it's gotten me through the days. It gives you that little bit of boost that you just need to get through gaming, work, whatever you needed to. That's code SHOOT.
See,
number 2 win. Remember that.
Yes, get Loopy Fruits. That's gonna be my recommendation. Loopy Fruits.
There you go. Now you know what you gotta get.
So, have a good day, everyone. Be safe. Till next time.